Hey Virgos. So this is the second, I need to stop doing that little shake before I start my readings. I think I'm going to just do these readings as if maybe no one's ever going to watch this channel, with the knowledge that this is out on the internet and out into the whole world, and at some point somebody could see it, but also like maybe not and never. To me, this is all just fun. But if you can channel some kind of energy that we're participating with, why not find a way to do that, and also stay grounded in the real world. So that's why I love tarot so much. So I just do this. I do it for other people, but I also do it for myself, and that's just the truth. And I think that's the truth of what everybody does in their whole lives, whether or not they're aware of that. But everything we do, we generally want to do to some degree because we get something back from it. So that's a difficult and interesting thing to grapple with, being a person who's a healer, but not necessarily just kind of the warm, fuzzy kind all the time. I don't know why this is coming out for the Virgo reading, but it's been a couple days since the last read, and the best tarot readers who I see are kind of just like themselves, and you attract the people who are for you, and you attract, if you don't attract any, then maybe that's for you, and like whatever, and the wheel spins on. So this is a reading for Virgo, the mutable Earth. Mutable Earth. The GI system. Just where you get a Celtic cross. Celtic cross for Virgos, please. Celtic cross for Virgos, please. One. Okay. I don't know what came out here, but let's start there. So Virgo is associated with Mercury, who is, this one's Mercury. I found these little stress balls. I really shouldn't be like promoting Amazon, but like I do use Amazon still. Really, they make the most of their money from the data side more than the products, and it's just a really helpful service. I know other places are like coming up and have the same customer service as, similar customer service as they do, but so far I just honestly haven't been able to let go of Amazon, even though I know that there is an ideal of not using them. I found these on Amazon. They're like stress balls that are the planets. I think that they're great and fun, and so I just kind of scatter them here on my table. This is Mercury, so Virgo is the Mercury planet. So in your present energy right now, Virgo is the King of Wands in the reverse. So the King of Wands, the Wands energy is fire energy. It's Leo season that just started yesterday. The King of Wands can mean not necessarily feeling like you're standing in your masculine, passionate energy. The major arcanas are a little easier for me than the court cards. I am still learning this, so I like to make sure that I get a good, general read. I think that the spirit can still be in your readings, still, even if you're learning. But it's nice. I understand that it's nice to watch the tarot readers who just know it all right off the bat. So yeah, so I keep getting this one. I don't know why I don't remember it. Impulsiveness, haste, ruthless, and high expectations. So feeling impulsive and hasty, so like the low vibe of that fire energy, rushing through, being ruthless, and having high expectations. Either someone having that of you or you having it of somebody else. But really like this energy of like really high expectations for yourself, which I think is just Virgo energy in general, that, high sense of perfectionism, wanting things to be really perfect. You have the Emperor in reverse as a challenge, which is sort of similar energy to the King of Wands in reverse. This is the Aries card in reverse. Again, this is more fire energy. But the Emperor in reverse can sort of be like a controlling and domineering energy. So there's like the sense of ruthless high expectation with this controlling energy on you, and I don't know if that's you or what you're feeling from somebody else, but that's, that can be a stressful energy to be under. In the recent past, you had the 8 of Wands, more fire energy here, so just like a lot of fire with Leo season coming in. And I just realized today in my car that my air conditioning really is not working that well. I think I'll need to add coolant or something, but I had it on full blast for this really long drive, and I was still just so hot. And so just like that heat of Leo season coming through. So the 8 of Wands in the recent past has been like moving forward with some sort of passionate energy, communication. The 8 of Wands is really about moving it. Could mean new communication has been coming in, new energy to start a project, somebody communicating with you, or just you moving kind of forward fast with this passionate fire energy. And in the future, the near future, you have the King of Cups in the upright. And the King of Cups has control of his emotions in that masculine energy. So there's a lot of like masculine energy in this reading, which is interesting because Virgo's a feminine sign, but maybe you're just like getting in touch right now with your masculine. And in the near future, you have the King of Cups, which is really kind of standing with power in your creative and loving energy for you and the people around you. Virgo is the servant, so Virgos typically are surrounded by a lot of people because they give people that love, and they often get it back, even though they don't necessarily always feel that way. So interesting that you had this energy of like really moving it fast, and then this current energy of feeling kind of like really high expectations of yourself, with a challenge of this like controlling energy, but moving into in the near future a sense of control over your emotions and your creative world. In the upright, in the above energy, in your conscious energy, you have the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. So this reading is wanting to challenge me a little bit with the court cards. But the Page of Pentacles in the reverse can sort of be about again, like a hastiness. So like what the world is seeing of you, what you're experiencing in the world is sort of like a scattered energy when it comes to how you obtain abundance in your life. There's a better way to say that, I'm sure. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Lack of progress, procrastination, and learning from failure. So in the upright, these cards are really, the pages are really about kind of manifesting and developing skills. And when it comes to the Pentacles, it's, related to finances. But in the reverse, this is about kind of feeling like a lack of progress, procrastinating, and learning from failure. So not necessarily feeling as much in that passionate energy of moving forward, but learning about things and using that to make other decisions for how you move forward ahead, but also like you're not necessarily moving maybe forward as fast as you had been in the past. And that could have something to do with this feeling of control and, high expectation, which can really stop us in our tracks instead of helping us to always be better. Just because we're always criticizing ourselves and telling ourselves to go faster doesn't necessarily mean that that's how it's going to go. In your subconscious energy is the 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. Interesting. The 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. So in your subconscious energy, what you could maybe not be aware of, or what you are aware of and maybe aren't necessarily showing to people, and you're not necessarily showing to people, is that you're not necessarily feeling like in the mood to like collaborate and like work with other people in your job. Like maybe this is just like a time to be like taking a step back and like waiting to see how things come out by working on an idea by yourself right now. But this is sort of about like not necessarily collaborating on some sort of a business opportunity right now. In your advice right now is the Devil, which is interesting. It's the Capricorn moon right now, which is the Devil card. This is really kind of about being things that we chain ourselves with. So this is about codependency and dependence in a way that is unhealthy, which can become addiction essentially. But sometimes like these people down here are chained, and usually in the tarot cards when people are chained, they can kind of get out of it, but this is like a more of a binding, repressive Capricorn kind of an energy, pressurization, allowing for also crystallization. But your advice right now is to maybe be aware of, you know, this codependency, of this addiction, of this tie to whatever it is that you think that you like, tied in like this, in a way that's like you can absolutely always work on your quote unquote addictions, on the things that bind you, but some of it is sometimes like a divine halt or a divine sort of hand in things. And so your advice right now is to kind of think about what it is, you know, that is binding you, and you probably would know what that is. The energy surrounding you is the Six of Pentacles, which is lovely because the Earth is the Pentacles, the Virgo, and this is about giving and receiving, and that's absolutely very much what Virgo does. They give and they receive as the servant. And so the energy surrounding you right now is, I would say, energy that's similar to you, Virgo, which is a giving and a sharing and receiving. And it's, you know, it's nice that there's that supportive energy that's surrounding you, whatever it is that you're going through here. Challenge right now, not challenge, but like, but a fear, a hope and a fear is the Fool card. So the Fool card is some associated with like Uranus, with that like rebellious spirit. Some associated with Aries. It's really like sort of like, not a Joker card, but it is like the beginning card, the Zero Major Arcana card. So a hope or a fear could kind of be like this going off, not frivolously, but almost a little frivolously, like just experiencing in this new sense of optimism and adventure. But what's interesting about the Fool card is that in that sense of, you know, beautiful, free-spirited energy to like try new things and go new places, whether it's physically or with ideas, there's also like a cliff right here that, like, if you know, the Fool's not looking down, could fall off the cliff. But in this energy, it's really more about kind of that free-spirited energy that can, maybe there's a concern, though, that endless free-spirited energy without borders can possibly be something that's detrimental. And then the outcome of what's going on here is the Seven of Pentacles. So more pentacle energy here, a lot of pentacle energy here, which is in like key kind of places, which is the earth sign for Virgo. And the Seven of Pentacles is about kind of like looking and seeing what you have already planted, looking at your garden and just waiting to see kind of what comes from what you have planted already. Again, things aren't necessarily always about rushing forward to do new. It's sometimes just about, you know, having done the work, which Virgos definitely always do, really earth signs do in general, but really having done the work and now kind of waiting to see, to reap what you sow. So that's really beautiful, especially with the Capricorn moon energy, more earth energy going on right now. And with King of Cups, having control of like your emotions and your creativity, with this looking to see, looking to reap what you sow. So the near future and the outcome energy of the reading is earth and water together. And earth and water is what allows, you know, that Virgo kind of garden to grow. So, you know, there's some sort of energy of like control and ruthless high expectation here, which I think is always a struggle for Virgos, because you really feel like if you're not moving forward and doing something new. Interesting, the part of the wheel that's showing up on my board right now is Virgo right here. If it's like, I understand that you have high expectations of yourself because that's what you want for yourself. You want and you can do the work to get there. But it looks like you have like pretty supportive energy going on here, but maybe like look at whatever it is to have to do with like what could be considered an addiction to thoughts, to people, to, you know, substances, including sugar and caffeine and yada yada. And using that energy and this feeling of lack of direction a little bit when it comes to your financial opportunity, or feeling like you haven't fully fleshed out like a new financial or career opportunity, not necessarily feeling like you want to collaborate on something right now, just like letting that be right now. Think about what is your addiction or not, and then, you know, move forward with this giving and loving energy that's around you, and look at what reaping of what you've already sowed. And this other work maybe looks like it's going down on the inside, but you know, I think Virgo's Mother Mary is really always around the corner. whether or not you're a Christian or a religious person at all. So we can get some color cards for Virgo. Okay, so there's 4. Ideation, disruption, energy, and intuition. And I think that those are some nice, like mostly kind of Leo cards. I think intuition came out for Virgo on the last read also. So intuition. But at least these, pink and orange cards are definitely like Leo season just having started yesterday. Intuition is an inner knowing that we all possess. Society encourages us to ignore the deep knowledge that sits within us and asks us to use intellect instead. But sometimes intellect alone can't guide you where you need to go. The more you pay attention to your intuition, the stronger it becomes. What is your intuition trying to tell you? Where is it guiding you? And so that's lovely because it's sort of like this King of Cups is like really moving into having a solid and accurate idea of your own intuition. And intuition's been coming up in so many readings recently. The full moon is tomorrow, so I think just like tapping into that full moon energy is always nice. So what is your intuition trying to tell you? Where is that part of you guiding you? And Mercury people, Gemini, Virgo, can often be communicating and thinking all the time, but trying to, always a balance of that head and heart, but of each. And so like maybe working towards that intuition. Ideation, again, ideas, Mercury, Virgo. This card is about the growth of ideas and new projects in your life. Now is the time to focus on creating a safe space for your creative endeavors. This moment is just for you and your project. Let your ideas grow while you nurture and care for them. Enjoy this special time. I don't know, but I think this also came up for Virgo on the last read. So like really, working on this project. So even though maybe your feeling right now is that the project is not fully fleshed out, maybe feeling high expectations and wanting to like control that process a lot, just like let your ideas grow while you nurture and care for them. Let your ideas grow while you nurture and care for them. And sometimes that can just require some Hermit Virgo energy. As I say energy, I'm looking at the energy card. Okay, disruption. Disruption, like this shocking pink color, this card demands attention. It represents intensity, innovation, and nonconformity. It's a catalyst for releasing fear in order to make bold and courageous moves. What is stagnant in your life that needs to change? How can you shake things up a bit? How can you continuously innovate your life in unexpected and productive ways? And I think that Virgo is a mutable earth sign, so like they are always looking to shake things up a little bit. And sometimes, that is sort of like a disruptive kind of an energy, but it seems like you're sort of working with that disruptive energy, maybe thinking about like what it is that you define as addiction again, which is like a compulsive need to engage in the same thought or behavior or substance use with negative harms to it and not being able to, negative harms that you consider personally, and not being able to stop. So there's like a disruptive energy in here, but that's like what transformation and mutability and change is about. So that you can work on getting in touch with this intuition and working towards your personal project. And then energy. When this card appears, it asks you to pay attention to the energy that you've either recently cultivated or would like to cultivate. Tap into the momentum of something that you've been working on. Get excited about a new project or even a seemingly mundane task like cleaning your home. Virgos like to clean and keep things tidy. Now is the time to pursue whatever has been calling to you. So you have this like moving forward, passionate fire energy stuff, and getting excited about a new project, tapping into that momentum of something you've been working on, and then kind of see how it grows. So get into that like creative energy, and then see how it goes to reap what you sow. And always, I would say, be gentle with yourselves as much as possible, Virgos, because I think that is one of the things that Virgos are so detail-oriented and can really get, like, so much done, but you also have to make sure that you're not, like, harming yourself in the process of that, I feel. Let me get some tea cards for Virgo. Get some tea cards for Virgo. Get 2 more. Maybe 1 more. Get some tea cards for Virgo. Thank you. Okay, so Seahorse, family matters. Maybe something's going on with your family, or this energy has to do with your family. Maybe feeling controlled by family, or having to do with this project or something. Dog close up, pleasure with a close friend. You have a close friend with you. This giving and receiving energy is absolutely all around you. Diamond, you'll be either receiving or giving a precious gift. Giving or receiving a precious gift, that energy surrounding you. And Weeping Willow, family sorrow. So something to do with your family, either, always can be something, scarier, like an illness or a death or something, but the family sorrow means like a ton of things, just like the processing of our sorrows, and family matters. So I do wonder if this has something to do with your family, this like more stressful energy that you're feeling right here. And maybe you can find love and creativity by this friend who you have with you, as Virgos always do, and this project that you're potentially working on. Get one roomy card for Virgo, please. Get one roomy card for Virgo, please. Get one roomy card for Virgo, please. Boop. Okay. What's the first one I see, please? One roomy card for Virgo. One roomy card for Virgo. Where's your big cards? One roomy card for Virgo. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sacred Union. Sacred Union, number 19. Sacred Union. Only the oneness of love and the lover is eternal. Surrender your heart into this union, for all else in this world is momentary. Stupefied with bliss, I become without thought. Virgo, this idea of moving into your intuition. There is no grief in that loss. I gladly surrender my intelligence in favor of this mindlessness. It is in favor of this mindlessness, because, maybe the energy is that you're fearful of this mindlessness, but maybe that's like where you need to go to the extreme to get out of your head a little bit closer to your intuition. I gladly surrender my intelligence in favor of this mindlessness. It is ecstasy, rapture. The sweetness of the union so sacred overwhelms my senses. The lover and the beloved are my world. Nothing else exists except this love, this unity of divine masculine and feminine, and the fresh new universe that shall be born from their sacred conjoining. It happens even now between my body and my spirit, and in yours and in his over there, and that woman passing by, all creation in sacred rapturous embrace. So shocking and wild, this frenzy of love and delight without limits. Let us be swept away, my beloved, in the passionate loving that renders duality into one and tips the mind into empty ecstasy. You lucky, lucky angel, you are to be blessed with sacred union. This union is of the lover and the beloved, the masculine and the feminine. That which appears to be opposite will no longer appear to be so. There is a coming together that is destined and divine. You are to be swept up in a wave of such love. This oracle comes to you as a portent, a sign of that which is to come, and also as a confirmation of your spiritual journey thus far. You have been working to integrate masculine and feminine energies within. Oh, perhaps you have not used those words, but you have been attempting to find the balance between living a surrendered life and leading from the heart, and then knowing when to take the initiative to set something in motion, when to put your body, mind, and soul into getting your shoulder behind something to push. You have been working hard to surrender attachment to plans and how you think things should go, surrendering attachment to plans and how you think things should go. Instead, you have intended to show it up for what it is. To seek out the genius of life through unconditional acceptance instead of judging and fearing, resisting what is, as though it were a big mistake, perhaps caused by ignorance within. The fear that of ignorance. If the fool were to fall off the cliff. No, you do not need to hide from love anymore. You have been learning step by step how to embrace it and allow it to embrace you. What a journey you are taking, beautiful, lucky angel. So your confirmation is thus: you are growing, you are evolving, you are making genuine shifts in consciousness that are allowing you to change the way you are in the world, to become freer, more loving, wilder, more divine. The divine has been seducing you with love and beauty, and now in your surrendered state you are seducing the divine. You are calling such passionate devotion to your cause, such clever and capable assistance, such graceful intervention. The divine cannot resist your beauty, so keep going with that sacred surrender. Keep believing in the inner healing path you are traveling with such success. Accept this confirmation and acknowledgement close to your heart and keep traveling along your path of love, which is this in the near future, King of Cups. Keep this knowledge in your heart. You are meeting your beloved. What could be more exciting? The sign coming to you with this oracle is that of great love bestowed by the hand of grace. What this means is there is destiny at play in matters of the heart. There is heart healing and letting go of past obstructions, sufferings, or misunderstandings. You could say in a way that the great cosmic matchmaker has taken up your cause. If you are already in a relationship, expect that you will be healing of that relationship in whatever way needed. You may have no sense of how it is going to play out. It may result in a deepening of commitment to your lover, but it will certainly result in a deepening of your own commitment to love. This is just so interesting because I know a Virgo, and this is just like very fitting for right now. comes with a particular piece of guidance for you, no matter what has been, what has succeeded, and what has appeared to fail, what has been loved and what has been lost. There's only one truth that will prevail in your life without failure, without exception, and that is love. It is all you are truly seeking, and it is behind every life experience seeking you. Do not stand back from it. Do not put yourself aside. Turn down your eyes and pretend you cannot be seen by the world. Be bold. Claim the love that is your divine birthright, and know that sacred union is yours, destined in the heavens, and blessed by the great beloved. So, that's a nice energy. Sacred union. So obviously there's a little bit of stressful energy in here, feeling like you haven't really gotten fully to where you are with the plan, feeling a little bit of control, feeling attachment, but like maybe that process, maybe the advice is to allow yourself to be attached, which is interesting. Allow yourself to be attached, at least in that way. You're moving towards this love, or your King of Cups. I want to read that as a certain way right now. And then you'll, look to see and reap what you sow. So, this is, I think I don't like to judge a reading one way or another, but this is some really beautiful energy. So, just keep moving into that sacred union and that love that you are surrounded by and always are surrounded by, Virgo. Thank you for joining.